everyone. Success Coach Michelle Weimer here. I am excited today to tell you a little bit about the topic of clarity. Last week on Facebook Live, I talked a little bit about your theme for the year and really getting clear and identifying what that is and why that's so important, and then how to also choose 3 words that really fit for you. So if you are not already in my community as a subscriber to my blog posts, you might want to do that. I'm going to put a link in today's post here in this video, but you can go to michelleweimer.com/achieve7 and you can sign up. I'm going to actually give you a little gift there, and then you're going to be notified right away when I send out a post. And what you'll find is that I will give you some really specific tips on the topic for the week. Plus, I'm going to be sharing more info with you here. So without further delay, what I want to do is dive into this topic of clarity and why clarity is so important to your success, but also to your overall happiness and satisfaction with life. So first of all, being clear on who you want to be and how you want to show up every day helps you to live intentionally, okay? And the reason why this is, hey Rhonda, the reason why this is so important that you know how you want to show up every day and that you're living intentionally is that when you do that, when you are being intentional in your life, you can feel that internally, and it actually helps you, again, have a more satisfied life. It helps you be more satisfied and pleased with the person that you are. Hey, Lorraine, thanks for joining. And it also helps you have more happiness in your life. Now, let me just explain this a little bit. If you say you have an interaction with your spouse or your kids, right? And you're not being very intentional when you show up with them. You're busy, you're thinking about other things, you're stressed out, you got shit going on, right? And you're not intentional about how you want to be with them, which is probably maybe loving. Hey, Tom. Thanks for joining. So you want to be loving, you want to be caring, you want to show up fully and be present. I mean, I know that with my girls, there have been times when they're trying to talk to me and interact with me, and that's super important. But if I'm distracted and I'm not present, or I'm irritable, they're going to tune off, right? And they're not going to show up. And then later, what happens? Then I feel crappy, they feel crappy, because I didn't show up the way I wanted to with them. So this is just an example of why being intentional, being really clear about the person you want to be and how you want to show up every day is so very important to your overall satisfaction and happiness and quality of life. Is because, let's put it in other terms. So say my intention for how I want to show up with my family is loving and present. So I make a commitment when I'm with them to be very present, to not be distracted and on my phone. I'm very intentional about that. If they're talking to me and I am in the middle of something, I'll actually say to them, hold on, let me finish this. And then, because I really want to hear what you have to say. And I'll put my phone down after I'm done. And then I'm listening and I'm fully engaged with them. They feel the difference. I feel the difference. And I'm happier about how I showed up with them. They're happier about how I showed up with them. And overall, life satisfaction is higher, right? So knowing how you want to show up, and that's just an example of how you want to show up with other people, but this can be the case in all areas of life, with how you want to show up at work, in your business, with how productive you want to be, with maybe how you show up with customers, all of that. It's so important to be clear on who you want to be and how you want to show up so that you can live intentionally. And when you do that, again, your satisfaction and your happiness with yourself and with your life improve. So the next reason and the next piece of why being clear and having clarity is so important comes into play with your goals, okay? So if you are clear with your goals, so this means not just who you want to be, but what do you want to do? What are your goals for life? What are your goals for this week, this month, for today? When you're clear about that, then what that does, it helps you in many ways. Number one, it helps you be so much more productive, right? When you know what it is you need to get done and get accomplished, you're going to be more productive. And the reason why is because then you can, you can eliminate distractions. I mean, let's face it, if you're not sure what you want to do or what you want to get accomplished, you're all over the place and you don't settle on anything and you waste a lot of time. When you're clear about your goal, it's so much easier to make decisions. It's so much easier to set actions into place that are really going to get you to that next level. And it's easier to avoid the distractions. So I'll give you like a super simple example of that is, say you're like, your spouse says, hey, let's go out to eat. Let's go out to eat tonight. And you're like, well, what do you want? Well, I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. I'm not sure what sounds good. And you're back and forth. And like that can take forever, right? But let's say, your friend or your spouse says to you, hey, let's go out to eat. What sounds good? And you're clear. You're like, I want Mexican food. I want Mexican food. I know it. Boom. Just like that, you've moved into creating the best direct route to what it is you desire in your life. And I know that's silly and simple, but it's so true. Think about it. It's a common thing that happens to us all the time. But you can see on a much bigger level how that happens in everyday life, in our businesses, our careers, in our goals for maybe our health or fitness. I can't tell you how many times I've had clients say, well, I really want to start working out, but I'm not sure what to do. And I get up in the morning and I don't know what to do. So then I just don't do it. If you want to get, active, you want to start working out and doing stuff, hey, get clear about it. Have a plan. Know exactly what it is you're going to do that next morning. Have a goal. And you'll be amazed at how much more likely you are to complete it. You set up a plan. You prepare yourself, right? So again, with the exercise thing, maybe you set out your workout clothes. If you're someone who goes to the gym, you know exactly what time you're going. It's scheduled into your day. If you're someone who works out at home and does videos or something like that, or has a home gym where you lift, but you know what it is you're going to go down and do, it eliminates a percentage of time that's wasted on indecision and not having that plan and not having that goal, and you're more likely to just go and get after it, and therefore more likely to be productive, more likely to be successful. So being clear about your goals is huge in terms of their success, because once you know what your goals are, then you can set your actions in place and you can create the new habits that are necessary in order to achieve those goals. And we're going to be talking about habits on another Facebook Live. So again, if you are not subscribed to my emails, you can go to michelleweimer.com/achieve. And I'll post that link also today as well. But that's going to give you, for one, you're going to get a freebie from me. You're going to get a 7-day starter kit on how to achieve your goals, how to set your goals up for success. But you're also going to get then on my mailing list, and I'll be sending you updates so you know when I'm talking about these things, and you'll get my emails so that you have it in writing. But it's habits. We're going to be talking about habits soon, and that's really cool, because really when you think about a New Year's resolution, what is a New Year's resolution? It's just a habit. It's just creating a new habit. And if you want to make changes in your life, honestly, you got to create the habits. They're going to help you have that success. So last thing I want to give you today, because I don't want to keep you on the line real long, but the last thing I want to give you is about being clear about your why. And what I mean by this is why things are so important to you. Why is it important that you have these goals? Why is it important that you're clear about how you're showing up? So again, when I talked to you, when I said about my kids, it's so important for me to be intentional and to show up and be present with them and to be loving, because I want to keep that communication and that interaction open with them. They're teenage girls, and I want to make sure that if they need anything, that they know they can communicate with me and that I'm going to be there for them. That's super important. When it comes to setting goals, so many people have goals to make more money, but why do you really want to make more money? It's not just about the money. Money's just a tool to get you the lifestyle that you really want, to be able to provide for, say, your family, to be able to take a trip and have a certain quality of life. Hey, Jason, man, I haven't seen you for a long time. Great to have you here. so knowing why something is so important, knowing why you're setting goals, what that does for you is it creates that deeper meaning and that deeper purpose, and that in tune will help you stay motivated to achieve those goals. Because think about this, like, it gets hard, right? Sometimes things get hard. Again, back to the example on your health. How many people go, man, I just can't wait to get in shape and lose 20 pounds and work out, and I'm going to start eating healthy and working out. They want to get healthier. They know they need to. They know what they need to do to get there. But very few people go, oh, I'm so excited to start having to eat healthy and work hard. It gets hard, and you fall back into, as I was just saying, those old habits and those old patterns. And it's just easy to do that. But if you are very clear about why it's so important to you that you're healthy, not just because, oh, I want to lose a little weight, but because I want a certain quality of life. I want to be able to watch my kids grow up. I want to be able to know my grandkids. I want to be healthy so that I can be vibrant and have fun in life and not be stricken by illnesses or, maybe a bad back or bad knees or, when you're overweight, that can become very difficult on your body. So maybe you don't want to be on medications the rest of your life. You get really clear about the deep why, and that changes everything, because again, you stay motivated because you have a purpose. You have a reason to stay motivated. When things get hard, you know that the reward and the purpose behind why you're making that effort is so much more intense, so much more important than that hard piece. Like, you get past the hard stuff because you really want it and you know why you really want it. So being clear about your why is super important to your overall success. And it really helps, back to the beginning about that piece on being intentional. When you're intentional because you know why something's so important to you, it helps you stay clear and on track. So those are, just three of the many, many reasons why having clarity is so important to your overall happiness and success in life. Again, I want to invite you all to go to my website, but really to one particular page. It's michelleweimer.com/achieve. And I'll put the link in today so that you have it, so you don't have to figure out how to spell the name or whatever if you miss out on the link I'm giving you. Go there if you haven't already, sign up. You'll get a free gift again, a free starter kit. And it's really just 7 days of me coaching you through how to set up goals that are more likely to be achieved. It's called the Achieve Success System. So, hey, that's the purpose. But it's just a starter kit. If you want the whole kit, I'll tell you how to get that once you get signed up. But, it's a great opportunity. And this is a great time of the year for you to start getting clarity about who you want to be, what you want to achieve, and why it's so important to you. So thank you all for joining me today. If you have questions or if you want to post anything, feel free to comment here. I'll be monitoring this, and I'd love to hear about your thoughts, why you feel clarity is important to you, what your goals are, and how you want to show up, how intentional you want to be in your life, and how it has either affected you in a positive way by having clarity, or how lack of clarity has affected you in a negative way. So share that if you'd like. Comment here. You can comment on my blog. But I'd love to hear from you. And so until next time, this is Success Coach Michelle Weimer. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye for now.